Finding your mate is one of the most difficult yet important things that you can do. And we're going to break it all down tonight. Come on in here, y'all. Come on in because you don't want to miss this show tonight. If y'all ready, let's rock with it. Hello, everybody. Welcome to the show. I'm your man, KTJ, Kelvin Troy Johnson. I'm a dating and relationship coach known as the Love Coach of Atlanta, but I serve the people all over the world with this gift of motivation, inspiration, and talking about love. And tonight is no different. Tonight, we're talking about it. What does it take to find your ideal mate? What does it actually take for you to find your ideal mate, the person who's just right for you? There's so many people who are hurt, so much skepticism. People just gave up on love. They just like, forget it. It's easy to just be a skeptic. Love don't exist, but I'm telling you, it does exist. And I'm bringing all my friends in here to break it all down to you. So you guys, tonight, I got my girl, Tamika Michelle. She's here. She's the matchmaking attorney. What's going on, Tamika?
What's going on, everyone? Thank you, Kelvin, for having me back. So excited. So
Yes,
excited. This is my favorite topic, especially as a woman who has struggled in dating relationships and had to make that transformation to find my true love and start life all over and being able to share what I have learned and to give women and men as well advice as to how to find the one. Because it does, like you said, it does exist. It may be that you need a little tweaking in your approach, but it does exist. And so
it
let's
does.
get these people connected out here.
Yes. And so, you guys, if you are interested, look, if you're interested, we're definitely down to help you to get plugged in. We got our show today. So I've got my five. I got 5 ways to date to find your mate. And Tamika Michelle has her own 5 list.
Yeah.
That's
Get your
gonna
pen and
help.
paper. Get your pen and
Yes,
paper.
look, this is a pen and paper show right here, y'all.
Absolutely.
I'm telling you because we charge money for this information. If
Mhm.
somebody, Tamika Michelle, somebody sent me an email and said, I've watched a few of your shows, a handful of your shows, and I'd like to have a discussion with you. I,
Okay.
you know what? They can have a discussion with me as soon as I send them the invoice.
Okay.
Okay.
Right. That's how it goes. Schedule
I
your
mean,
time on the calendar and we will go
you,
through it. Yeah.
exactly. You want my time? You got to pay me.
Absolutely. This
but
is a
but
business
right
too.
here, yeah, that's the way it goes. So look, if you need if your toilet won't stop running or running all over the floor, you call a what? A plumber. And the minute he walks in the door, you already know what it is. you gotta you gotta pay the man. And so we're gonna unclog your heart.
Yeah.
we're
That's
gonna
good.
we're
That's
gonna
good.
unclog your situation and help you to find love. All right.
Yeah.
So Tamika Michelle, so check out what I have, and I want to have get your opinion on this, and then when you guys are ready to come on, if we got our folks that's ready to come on, we definitely want to bring you in, and we'll do your interviews after this. So let's get into it. So here we go. Number one, I got them on the screen for you. Check it out. Number one, if you're going to find your ideal mate, if you're going to find the one who's just right for you, the one that fits you, the one that you don't have to try and you know, be hold on one quick second, y'all. All right. You don't have to try and be something. You just be yourself, and you don't have to try and put on an act. They just accept you as you are. Everything starts with you. Okay. Everything starts with you. What do you love about yourself? What do you love about yourself? And look, this is something that you can write a list. I'm encouraging you to write it down. What do you love about yourself? What is important to you? And what excites you? This is about you. This is about you because nothing else, you can't make it about somebody else. It's got to be about who you and who you are. All right. That's number one. Tamika Michelle, what do you think about that?
So yeah, absolutely. And I'll say this. So if everyone, I don't know if everyone knows or not, but I did an article, a feature on Calvin a couple months ago in Platinum Magazine. And one of the things that he said was to treat yourself, live the lifestyle that you want to live, that you expect, because you are creating a roadmap for someone else to follow. So when you change, like the wind, or you change according to the person that you're with, there's no roadmap. So I love when you say that. So absolutely, it starts with you. Do the things that you want to do. Do the things that excite you. Get involved with the activities that you want to do and pursue, and don't wait for someone else to do that. There's so many people that I know who are like, I want to do this, I want to do that, but I don't. But they don't do it because they don't have a partner.
You don't have a
No, go
partner.
ahead and do it. Enjoy it
Find a
then,
house.
because you will likely find, or you may find your person doing that activity. But don't wait. Yes,
Absolutely.
that absolutely enjoy the things that you want to do and go forward with
Absolutely.
that.
Absolutely. All right, let's go. Number two. Number two. Who is he? I should have said he or she.
Mhm.
Okay. Who is this person? One of the things I do with my clients is I sit down and we create an avatar for who the ideal person is that's going to be your ideal fit, right? Who is this person? Are they an outdoors person? The question is, are you an outdoors person? Are they people who want to go to the theater? Do you want to go to the theater? Do you see the parallels here? Right. So that's why number one is the most important. As you get to know who you are and what you want, then it's better for you to be able to figure out who's going to be right for you. Now, that's not to say that you and this person has to have everything in common, right? But you better have more things in common than not. All right. So who is he? Are you, here's a little twist on it. Are you what he's looking for? People have a long list
Mhm.
of what they want and who they are and all that. And that's perfectly fine to have. But are you what he is looking for? What do you think, Tamika?
So I'm gonna go off the list first. I think we've spoken about it before, but a lot of times when I speak to women, one of the questions that I have is, what are you looking for in a mate or a partner? And women likely give like 15, 20 things on this list, all these qualities that they want in a person. And then when I ask the same question of men, it's usually like three, three things, five things. And so look at your list. Definitely create a list, right? And figure out the things that are most important. So I try to get women to three and max five things that are just critical, that's important as a quality, for a person, for a match. And also to be open. I know, you say, are you an outdoors person? Is he an outdoors person? Also be open to certain things. Like you may just know, yeah, I don't want to go outside, there's too many bugs. That may not be for you if a person's an outdoors person. But if you don't know, because some people just don't know. Sometimes, we live in Atlanta, and sometimes we talk about there's some people who have not been outside the perimeter of 285, like ever, right?
Ever. True. It's the
Be
truth.
open. Be open to try
Yes.
to try different things. Be open to get your hair wet. Ladies, I know sometimes we don't want to get our hair wet. We just got it done. Go in the water, do something spontaneous. Be willing to do that. Um,
Absolutely.
when you're exploring, especially if you haven't up until now.
Love it. Absolutely. And so look, that runs right into my next point. Number three, people, places, and things. If you're going to find your ideal mate, all right, it is going to be connected to people, places, and things, right? What kind of people are you spending your time with? there are some people out here who are very negative. I'm running. Look, now that I'm getting some a little bit of publicity, Tamika, I'm seeing there's a lot of negative people out here, and you can just see. Sometimes I just want to say, I see why you single.
Right.
You know, your attitude is disgusting. Who wants to be around that?
Hmm.
People, place, find yourself in the company of quality people. I remember Les Brown used to say, only quality people, OQP. Only quality people, be around those places as well, right? I'm telling you, there's something that has something with proximity. There's power in proximity. Wherever you spend your time, there's something about those places. There are certain places where certain quality people hang out there, and you got a better shot. And the things you get involved in, the things you love, the things you're passionate about, that is going to make a difference on you finding your ideal mate. What you think, Tamika?
Yeah. So let's first address the negativity portion of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I was having a discussion with my husband not too long ago. Kind of like his pet peeves, the things when he was dating, the things that were absolute no. And it was the woman who was always just, he said he didn't find it a lot, but the woman who's always complaining about something, always has something negative to say. Nobody wants to be around that. And I know you may have a lot on your chest. Go to therapy and get it off your chest. Write it down, journal it, but don't let people be the recipient of that because they feel that energy. I just did an interview not too long ago with a young lady, and she was saying the same thing. Like, what man wants to be around a negative person? That's why
Mm.
you're still single a lot of times. So, just learning how to properly vent that, and then I say, negative things won't happen. You do need to get that out, but you need to get it out in the right places. And the person that you are potentially going to date and be around, that's not the person that should be the recipient of what has happened that day or every day of your life. Hobbies. I have found traditionally that, and I know you probably have a very diverse audience, but
Mm-hmm.
traditionally, Black women have not had hobbies. Our hobbies have been either our family, um, not necessarily our jobs, but men. Men have been
Mm.
our hobbies.
Yes.
That's not a
Yes.
good hobby to have.
Not at
And
all.
men overall have hobbies. They have things they like to do, whatever it is, whether they like to fly remote control airplanes, whether they, like cars, video games, like whatever it is, men usually have hobbies. The reason that we are attractive beings as women is because we need to be able to distract them from those hobbies. Otherwise, men will be immersed in hobbies all the time. That's why we are attractive beings. But we also need to learn how to have hobbies ourselves.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, and I strongly suggest you can have hobbies that maybe solo, maybe with other women, but also have hobbies that are co-ed that involve members
Mm.
of the opposite sex or the sex that you are trying to attract. So yeah, I mean, people, places, and things. Yeah, that's where you'll find a lot of times your mate and find that's where you have your commonalities and can connect on those
Yes.
levels.
Tamika, I'm telling you, somebody is going to be helped by this conversation, because you know, uh, I bet you there's somebody who never really thought about the fact that men have hobbies and women often don't. That the man is your hobby, and and so it causes conflict. You're like, well, if he loved me, he would want to be with me, and how come all he wants to do is play golf and go. He's got time for that. How come you don't have time? You know, and so you don't even realize that men do have those hobbies, and they're gonna go do the hobby.
Yeah.
and,
And then, when you do connect, you're going to have your issues, right? You're going to need to get away. You're going to need something that makes you feel good. So, yeah, definitely you need to have your own hobbies. And I don't say this judging because listen, I was there. Like a man was my hobby. That did
Mhm.
not work out so well, right? So when things went bad, I'm sitting there, upset, lonely, crying or whatever it was, and he's off doing whatever finds him peace or gives him peace, right? And I
Yeah,
didn't have that.
yeah, we
So
do that
I say
well.
this because I've been through it and I know, and not in a judging way at all.
Yes, yes, yes. I want to give you a couple of shout outs. My girl Tamika, Hello over there in Facebook land. Appreciate y'all checking in on your boy. Let's move this list along. Come on. This is my saying, Tamika. I bet you probably got some of the same stuff written down. But this is my saying. I want y'all to listen to what I'm saying right here. You are the party. You are the party. You don't have to wait for the party to show up. You are the party, right? So let's say you're going out on a date. We talking about the 5 ways to date to find your ideal mate. Let's say you're going out on a date. The person says, meet me down at you know, 12th and Peachtree Street. Meet me at STK. STK is one of my favorite restaurants.
You've mentioned it before. Yes, I know.
Yes, yes. Meet me down at STK on Peachtree Street, and we're going to have a great time. You know, park here, park there. I'll meet you right there, right out front. Right. Let's say you go, and you show up, and the person isn't. There's something different about them. I mean, you know, it's still they are the person, but maybe they are a little shorter than they said. Maybe maybe there's something different. Maybe she is not the size that she said she was gonna be. like she gave you all them headshot, all
Yeah.
them neck shots, and she looked good from the neck up, and then you saw the body, and it's not what she thought, not what she proclaimed. The picture was 2 years old, something, right? You get to the table, you're sitting down, you're having conversation, and you realize this is not going to work, right? Do you just turn around, go get in your car and go home? No, not when you are the party, right? When you are the party, you're going to have a good time regardless, right? When you are the party, you say, I'm going to enjoy myself and meet somebody new, right? So since you're going to go meet somebody new, you are the party. You're going to be the party regardless. If it doesn't work out, fine. I'm going to go over here and meet somebody else. I'm going to go over here and listen to the music. I'm going to go over there and be social. Why? Because I am the party. I'm not waiting to be jump started by somebody outside of me. I decide that I'm going to love this experience and I love my life. And I'm telling you, there's nothing more attractive than a person that loves their life. There's nothing, there's no lipstick, there's no cool outfit, there's no shoes, there's nothing more attractive than a person who loves their life. Tamika?
That is important. But we're not. Let me not let this pass by. There goes 2 ways with the the headshots, the old shot.
Absolutely.
Men do the
Absolutely.
same thing. So if you find yourself in that situation, I have a slight issue with that because now I have an issue with integrity, right? So I'm kind of like, oh, with this particular person, I don't mind you being a little bit shorter. I tell women, open it up. Maybe they're not the complete physical package, right? But as long as you know that ahead of time. Now, if you come and you say, you're 6 feet, you're really, 5'5", we have an integrity issue. We have an integrity problem, right?
Yes, we do.
So, but aside from that, if you already know that, be open to it anyway, because you just never know, right? I did another article where you can see it behind me. This young lady on the cover over here.
Okay.
She is 5'9", and her
Mm-hmm.
husband, and she said, is 5'3" when the sun is out on a good day.
Oh,
They
wow.
have beautiful, a beautiful, amazing love story. And I
Mm.
interviewed her because that's what her husband and I went to law school with him. And I used to see pictures like, wow, she's stunning, and all. Like, how did this happen? Because we have these images. I know I'm going off topic a little bit, but we have these images of what our person looks like, but it's really, what's on the inside. So, be open to going out with the guy who's 5'5", 5'3", if he tells you ahead of time. Now,
Yeah.
You're right. Now, if you get there, he or she is somebody not who's they're not who they say they were or say they are before you met. Then yeah, definitely still enjoy the night, enjoy the evening, have a good time. Because here's the thing: maybe it's not a connection for you, but maybe that person has a brother, has a coworker, has a cousin, knows someone that along the lines that you may be able to connect with. You may be able to connect with him on a business level. Don't disregard that person, right? You never know how you can connect business wise. I'm always, looking for people to connect with, right? You don't know what the situation may be. Don't write them off, but yeah, definitely enjoy your time. And that person will find that attractive. Don't ignore them necessarily, but yeah, definitely and enjoy it. But don't cut someone off because maybe something may be a little bit off, or it just doesn't look good. Maybe they don't dress well. You just never know who they are, who they can introduce you to.
Yeah, good stuff. Let me read a couple of these comments on the TikTok side. TikTok Live said, CC said, also be a gentleman and be a lady. Be kind to each other, regardless. At least make a friend. That's what you were saying.
Yeah.
My girl Italiana from Miami, she said, I'm sorry, 5'5" and 5'3" is a no-go for me. She said, I need them taller than my students.
Listen, I hear you. That's what we feel secure in, right? But there's what matters is when you are home at night in your bedroom or doing whatever, and how this person makes you feel. And it may take a little bit of adjustment. I hear you. We all want the 6 feet and over. Only 13% of men are over or 6 feet and taller, and so the rest of
Mm,
them are shorter than that. And so
13%.
13%, and after six
Wow.
three and taller is 3%.
Wow. I'm
So
6'2".
well, you
So,
made
so,
it. Okay, so you're in
so
the
I'm special.
13%. You didn't
I'm
make the
special.
3%,
my,
but you
my
definitely
mama
made.
told me I was my mama told me I was special, and I believed her.
Yeah, you are special. You are.
Special. You special, all right.
You're definitely in the 13%. But yeah, sometimes we have to rethink those things. So that's at the end of the day. I mean, how that person makes you feel. Do they make you feel beautiful? Do they support you? Are they your best friend? And sometimes it takes a little bit longer to develop those relationships because you have to get past that. But once you get past that, and once you've dealt with a lot of the bull out there, the more appreciative you are. I guess the love comes and good people come in all sizes, packages, bank accounts, all of that. So
Absolutely. Absolutely. Good one. All right, let's move on. And number 5, my number 5, 5 ways to date and find your ideal mate. Number 5, when you meet someone, just take it slow. Take it slow. Oh, just take it slow. This time we take it slow. Just take it slow, right? Now, here's what this really means. Take it slow. Meaning, take it slow in your mind. You're just meeting or you're just kind of getting to know each other. Everybody is not the husband and everybody is not the wife, right? Some people, by the time they one look and boom, they can see them. I can see myself walking down the aisle. Like everything isn't necessarily about that, right? Just take it slow. Because I tell you what, if you don't intentionally take it slow, some people will take it fast and it'll go fast and it will burn out fast. Okay. So take it slow, right? And sometimes if the person is moving a little too fast, guess what? You always have the ability to, hey, oh, wait a minute, guys. If she's trying to get you down the aisle, in a year or or in a shorter amount of time than you're comfortable with, she's trying to make you her man, and y'all just met, you could just be like, wait a minute, hold on, wait a minute, I need time. I need to let this thing develop. I always say, like a rose, it needs to slowly open up. You can't rush it. You can't make it go fast. You just have to take your time. CC said, especially to identify a narcissist. Yes, because look, that's women and men. Okay, people taking it fast because they have some kind of ulterior motive cooking that you don't know about. So you have to take it slow. Tamika,
Really have to be careful with a man who wants to take it fast because that is
why?
not natural. It's not natural for men to do that.
Mm.
So yeah, definitely your guards need to go if that happens.
Uh-huh.
Um, Going too fast, I would say, is probably one of the biggest things that drives men away from women. And
Mm.
I know how it is, especially when you start getting a little bit older, late 30s, early 40s. You like, look, I just need him to know what I'm looking for. I want to get married and I want to have kids and I don't want to waste my time. That's what we say. I know. I've been there. But yeah, so men are just kind of like, whoa, like we've only known each other for 13 days, 17 days, whatever it is. Definitely take your time. I encourage them because I know what we do is when we meet, let's say we're like online dating, right? And we
Mm-hmm.
exchange numbers, go out with maybe like three guys, right? So we'll go out with the three guys, and the one that we like the most, we'll go ahead and gravitate towards him and we'll cut the other ones off. And you don't even know any of them, right? And
Mm.
you focus all your time, all your attention on this one person. And I assure you, if a man is not committed, you are not in a mutually exclusive relationship, he is dating other women. And so women need to do the
Without a doubt.
same thing.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I tell you, don't cut off those other two because you don't know what it's going to be. You haven't even spent enough time to evaluate what this person wants, what they like, anything. Sometimes it takes like a good 3, 4 dates to figure out, you know what, like something just might click. It may not
Mm-hmm.
happen on the first date and we try to rush it. I know we do. I've been there, but we really need to kind of slow down. So I say, yeah, date several men. I think you had a
Yeah.
post a couple weeks ago about rotational dating. I think I
Yes.
commented because I rarely comment on anything, but definitely date different men. And I know what I hear from women is I'm a serial monogamer. I just want to be with one person. I don't, it's confusing. It's too much, but you have to be open to dating other people. And I
Yeah.
always
Yeah.
say that does not mean sleeping with multiple people. That means just enjoying your time, enjoy the dating experience. Let them prove to you that they are worthy of being in your world, that they are worthy of your heart. And so I always say, give it at least 6 months before you're even like talking about exclusivity, right? Just take your time. It
Mm-hmm.
will happen. But I also say be very clear that you are dating other people. Again,
Yeah.
you can't sleep with it because if you're sleeping with the person, you say I'm dating other people, a man is going to assume that you're sleeping with those other men. If you're not sleeping with him and you say I'm not sleeping with anybody else, he can believe you because you're not sleeping with him.
Mm.
So, just kind of stay true to that. Just enjoy the experience. Let men treat you. Let them compete for your time and attention. So yeah,
Okay,
just
so wait a
slow
minute.
down. Go ahead.
All right, now I'm gonna throw a little bit of a monkey wrench here.
Okay.
Okay, Tamika. So what I see is sometimes this advice that you just gave the ladies, right?
Mhm,
I also see women who don't even necessarily like the guy, right?
mhm,
Women will go on a date with a man that they don't even like
mhm,
just to have a good time, sometimes just for a free meal,
mhm,
right? They'll spend the whole evening with this person that they know this is not a match. I wouldn't let this guy touch me with a 10-foot pole. I'm just here. I wanted to get dressed up. I wanted to put on my heels. I wanted to get my hair done, and I wanted to go out and be the party,
mhm.
right? Men don't do that. A man is not going to ask you out if he doesn't like something about you.
Okay.
It might be just your body, it might be your booty, it might be your eyes. There's something about you that he finds attractive, and that's why he'll go out with you. But women are not that way. What do you think about that?
So I am not an advocate of using anybody. I don't take that very lightly, just playing or toying with someone's emotions or their heart because I think the energy that you put out there is the energy that you get back. So I don't, I wouldn't subscribe to that. Um, but I mean, that's how you treat people. The same thing's gonna happen to you, and expect it, because that's what happens. I don't subscribe to that when people are going to do it, right?
Yeah.
But that's not something that I would advise to do. I honestly don't see how you can. I personally could never go out with somebody that I just didn't like. If I knew good and well I don't like
Yeah.
you, I'm not gonna waste my time.
Right.
And I don't want to waste your time either.
Women do
So
it all the time, though. I heard I was on Clubhouse one night, and the lady was like, "Yeah, yeah, I don't. There's nothing wrong with putting on some heels and getting putting my makeup on and going out for a night and having some drinks." And I said, "Who's going to pay for it?" She said, "Oh no, the man. He's got to pay for my time." And I'm like, "Even if you don't like him, no, it doesn't matter if I like him or not." No, no. I mean, I'm like, I'm with you. You just shouldn't do that because men have a way. You look, you don't want to play that game, the user game, because men play that game real well,
mhm.
and you don't want to get stuck playing that role. So be
Here's the thing,
very
though.
careful.
If you are honest and open about that, like, look, I don't really see us being in a relationship. I don't feel that way about you, but you're cool to go
No,
out with. If
no.
if if you disclose that, then I'm okay with it. I'm not okay with it doing it on the slide or using that person. But I mean, we're grown, we're adults.
But
We're adults. If you say that
no,
and he
no,
agrees, then that's
no.
fine. Yes,
No. Look,
yes.
if you say that and they go out with them, knowing that they're like feeling you, or they're like, because a lot of times the guy be like, okay, no problem, come on, right? Thinking that he gonna win you over the night, and you say, look, no, we just pals. You say we just buddies, we just pals, and it ain't going nowhere. I think that you should just cancel the experience right now, right then, right now, and let it go.
I disagree on that because, again, full disclosure, and you go out, you are grown, you are a grown ass man, and you decide to go forward. That's on you. So you know it, so you can't expect anything. I believe in just being honest about the whole transaction. Now, do I
Okay.
think that you are setting yourself up to get your feelings hurt? Absolutely, but those are choices that you make. And as a man, you're kind of like, if she's telling me this, then I need to take heed. It's up to
Yes.
you whether or not you
Yes.
want to go forward.
There's a lot of
So
men that don't take
because
heed.
and that's okay, but again, maybe she knows your future wife. Maybe he knows her future husband. You don't know. As long as you have said, okay, look, this is not going to be anything. You go forward. I think that's fine. Just don't do it. Leading the person on.
Yeah. Let me tell you what my man Jerry said over here on the Facebook side. He said, "Don't spend any more money on her. Stop calling her that that day and let it go." He's like, "Let it go. Don't even bother being with somebody who is not really wanting you." Let's read this
But
comment.
wait. But here's the thing:
Hold
if
on.
you
Go
go
ahead.
out, if you go out with this person enough, now that is very possible. The men can be very persistent. And at
Okay.
some point, and women are emotional at the end of the day, they
Hmm.
at some point, a lot of times will start catching feelings. So I get, yeah, okay, I'll keep on doing this. He's still probably seeing other people, fine, cool. But yeah,
Yeah.
men can be very persistent. She may turn. She
Yeah.
might.
Yeah.
She might.
Yeah. If you get enough drinks in her.
Yeah, over 2 years, yes.
Yeah. She started changing the mind. Um, Let me see. My girl Serena, she said, "Nah, men think that they can change your mind. You are giving them false hope, even if you tell them."
Mhm.
So,
Um, Again, I think we're grown, and at some point, you should be able to decide whether or not this is worth it or not. If it's worth
mhm.
pursuing, if it's a challenge, it's somebody you really want. So,
All right. Hey, and by the way, y'all, if you are in the audience and you are ready to come up and have just kind of get an interview from myself and Tamika Michelle, just if you're on the Facebook side, you could just shoot me a message in the chat there, and as well, even on the YouTube side. Shoot me a message on in the chat there, and let me know that you want to come on up, and I'll send you the info, send you the link, and you can come on up and be interviewed by us. Look, what's the worst that could happen?
Right?
Look, you got our services free,
That's
free.
right. Take
Okay,
advantage.
I would take full advantage of this opportunity. All right, let's read this comment. Let me see. Oh wait, no wait. I think she started up here. Boom. She said, I usually analyze in my head once a day. If I never hear from them again, how would I feel to pace myself? Okay. All right. Um, Evita said, I agree. Date multiple men. All right. Ashley said, I can attract almost any man and do almost any time I leave the house, but cannot keep them. I do not sleep with them or pursue them. Tamika Michelle, tell her what's going on.
Ashley, you
Well,
need to come on. We need to talk about this a little further. I need a little bit more information. What do you do during the day? Um, when your last relationship was? When did it end? How did it end? I need some more information. Can you come on? And
all right.
that's that's the thing that I deal with a lot. I've had women talk to me and say they thought everything was good with them and a guy, and he just leaves after being in a relationship, or they're not emotionally connecting. That was my issue. That was my issue for all of my 20s. I did not
Mm,
know how to emotionally connect with men, and I had to do some soul searching. And when I figured that out, I was able to change that. I was able to target the reason for not being able to emotionally connect with men and changing it. And
mm-hmm,
so, that's why it's really important to look into your history, the way that you grew up, who you were around. Like, it's really in depth. But there's an emotional connection that you're not having with men. And those are the things that, Kelvin can help you out with. I would help you out with. I'm not a coach, but I do go through some things. I do go into some history and background.
mm-hmm.
There's an emotional connection that you're not having, and that's what you have to work on. But if you can come on, come on. Let's talk about it.
Yes. Ashley, come on up. Let me know that you're ready to come up, and I will send you the link to let you join the show. All right. She said, I am too shy. This is her response. I'm shy, but I will call in if there is a way for me to call in without video.
So let
Yeah. Let me
me ask a question. Are you shy when you are going out with these men? Are you interacting with them? Could that be the reason? Could that be the reason why you're not emotionally connecting? Do you not seem open or available for them to even get comfortable with? That could be a thing. I don't know.
could be a thing. Be a thing. Let me see. Mm, you know what? I'll send you the link. Email me, shoot me an email right now to lovecoachatlanta@gmail.com, and I'll send you the link to join the show. And you can show your face or show your avatar. We would love to have your face, but just to have you on the show, and you can answer these questions. That'll be just fine. As well on the Facebook side, if you guys
Here's
want to
another
jump
thing.
on.
I'm gonna respond to Ashley one more time. She said, she can
Sure.
dress up, go out, get the attention of a man anytime.
Mm-hmm.
I kind of think, okay, well, how are you dressing? Right? Is it provocative? And then at the end of the date, you're not willing to do anything more. Right? I mean, if that's your appearance, that's what men are going to expect. Again, I don't know, what the conversation is like, but you dress and how you present yourself is a huge deal.
Mm-hmm.
And I know there's beautiful women out there, but we have to learn how to make it enticing, but not revealing everything at the same time. Because you could be given a vibe off, thinking like it's just about to be about physical, and you want more, but you're presenting yourself as if, hey, I'm available. Again, I don't know.
Mm.
Speak, but
Yes, good stuff. That was a good analysis. I don't know if she's going to send me the message, but I'm sure it'll come up if she's ready. But listen, I definitely agree with you. Because you know what, anybody can attract men, almost any man, right? If you got the right measurements, men are visual, and they will notice you, right? But then once they get past the outer, um, they have to meet your intellect. They have to meet your character. They have to meet your mind. Where is your mind going? Are you intriguing? Do you have just who you are on the inside? And look, sometimes look, it might be them. Maybe you're too much for them. You're more than they thought that it was going to be. A nice body, and they're like, um, they thought it was going to be a lot easier than it was, and they say, "Oh, wait a minute, she's got a real brain on her. I don't want to deal with all that." And then they kind of push on, or maybe there's something about you. They say, "Whoa, she's really too much," and not too much in a good way, and more, So there, but there's definitely something. It's definitely something. So yeah, shoot me an email if you want to come on up, and I will send you the link, and we get you up. We got a couple more comments. My girl Melanie Bruner, the therapist, she said, "This is so good." I always like when my therapist friends check in. She said, "This is so good." Yes. Evita says, "I am currently not dating due to their being in therapy." Let me stop right there. Shout out to Evita. Man, I need the sound effects tonight. Shout out to you for deciding to stop and deal with yourself, deal with your own mind, your own thoughts, your own past, and not dumping all that on the next person. Shout out to you. I'm currently not dating due to being in therapy. What are the best places to meet single older men? Tamika, Michelle, talk to me.
Where do older single men hang out? That's where you have to kind of ascertain where are older men. Is it on the golf course? Is it at a certain lounge? Are they certain groups? Like there's a group that's for like 50 plus,
Mhm.
and like I don't know if it's just Atlanta area or all over, but there's singles in there. You have to make yourself available and present to where they are, and it whatever activities that is.
Yes, 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 yes. Okay, so here's my answer to that. Where are single older men? Now, this word older, there's older. What are we talking about? Are we talking about senior citizen older? Are we talking about mature? Are we talking 40s older? We would need a little bit more context on that, because 40-year-old men don't necessarily hang out in the same places 50-year-old men, 60-year-old men, 70-year-old men. Okay. But I'll say this. Um, I told one of my clients that she was asking me, she was like, where do I meet a quality man? Right? A good quality man. And of course they're everywhere. But one specific place I told her, I said, look, um, find a nonprofit. You want a caring man. You don't just want an older man, right? Let's say you want a caring man. You find a nonprofit, right? And you donate your time. It's the environment. Remember, look, what was that? What number was that? People, places, and things, right? You put yourself in different environments and you get different outcomes. So I told her to sign up for Habitat for Humanity, right? There's a guy that's putting a roof on a house for a lady who's got 6 kids and no income, right? And they have given this house to these people. They're in there helping it build and getting it up. And this person may be donating their time, their experience, just to help somebody out, right? That's a good quality man. That's a high quality man. Okay. So different places. Now, of course, yes, he could he could somebody said he could be on probation.
Mm-mm. It could
Okay.
be. We could talk about that a little bit later too.
Right, right, right.
Been there, done that.
Yes. But that could be true. But however, but I believe that it's the quality of the place that you meet the man in, which speaks to the quality of the man who's in the place.
And
All right.
also, even when you do those things, be open to dating other races. Because a lot of times, I work with black women and most of them are kind of like, I'm open, but I've never dated outside my race.
Mhm.
And a lot of times you may not find black men in those areas, in those activities. Be open to other races, and strike up those conversations with them because again, love and good people come in different races, shapes, all of that. So just be open to
Mhm.
that as well, and not to say I'm just going to date this particular, race of person. I mean, unless that's a critical criteria, and you need that, but be open to that. A lot of times
All
we
right.
walk in a place and there's no black men. We're like, oh, turn around, getting up out of here.
Oh my god.
Be open.
All right. All right. Look, look, y'all, I'm gonna take a chance on y'all. I'm gonna drop the link in the chat right here, wide open for everybody to come. Listen, you won't be able to get up to the stage until I hit the button anyway. So if you coming in here trying to scam or trying to do something, let me see. Did it go through? Did it go through? I think it went through. So look, it's the link is right there in the chat.
Okay, why we do
And
that? I'm gonna go through my five.
yes,
Do that.
you got it.
Let's do that. Okay. So I have, and my book is almost done, which is called The Business of Dating, right? And so what we're doing is taking those specific business principles that have made you successful in your career, in your profession, your business, and applying them to dating and relationships. Right. So the first thing, and I call it smart dating. The first thing is get your pen and paper.
Yes.
Dating is sales,
Take notes,
right?
y'all. Take notes.
You have to look at dating as sales, right? And so one of the first thing is dating is a numbers game. Just like sales is a numbers game, you have to put yourself out there. You have to cast a wide net. You have to date frequently. You need to set a dating goal, right? How many men do you want to go out with, or how many people you want to go out with in a week or in a month, right? And I always tell people if you're online dating, once a week, go online, send like 20, 25 messages to people, right? And each level, you're not going to connect with that many people. You may connect with 10, and then you may exchange numbers with five, and you may go out with three, right? Keep on doing that. It's the numbers game. And be consistent with it. If someone says no, it doesn't work out, that's fine. Get ready and do the same thing the next week. So I'm going to go through these really, really quick. Um, but you have to set a goal and you have to be consistent. Just like, in business, you try something new, you need to try it for like 6 months, do the same thing. Try it for 6 months. See
Mhm.
if it works. And go ahead.
Yeah, can I pop in on that on the numbers game?
Hmm.
This is especially true for men, right? The guys, because one of the things that women don't always understand is that men have to get used to rejection. Like you know, a woman saying no is like it's normal, it's regular. It's like for a lot of guys though, they will get in their head and like think that there's something wrong with you because a woman said no, and that's why some guys get offended and say some offensive words after the woman says no because you crushed his little ego. And so I'm telling the guys, look, don't put any ego into it. If she say no, you say next, just like they say in sales. You say no, she says no, you say next. You say no. I tell when I'm coaching the guys, I say talk to everybody. And as a matter of fact, get used to talking to everybody before you get to whatever venue you're going to. Going to a networking event or a party or something, you should be talking to everybody all along so that when you see that woman that you really want to meet, you're not you're not shocked and you're not in your head and you're like, what am I going to say? No, you just go up there and just say hello. If she says no, you say next.
Yeah. The more you do it, the better you get at it. The more comfortable you'll
Yes.
be, and that will show.
Yes,
So yeah,
absolutely.
continue doing it. Marketing. Like you have to market yourself, right? So you have to know who your target audience is. What kind of men do you want to be around? Or women. You know, I work with I work with women so much. I always think men. But who do you want to be around? You know, like you said, people, places, and things. Be around those people. Also, your image. You know, the young lady was saying, you know, I can dress up and look good. You know, if you're listen, I see this more than I would like to see it. I see women who have, you know, they quote the Bible. They have scriptures on their page talking about Jesus this, Jesus that, and then you see a shot with them showing their butt. I mean, that is conflicting. Don't do that.
Booty on the sink, the
Well,
booty on the sink
right.
shot.
So with the cross above it, like you can't do that, right? So just be mindful of your image and how you're presenting yourself. Now you don't need to be all suited up and tight and stuffy, but don't be super provocative either, because that's the way that people will see you. And then be around the people that you want to be around with, like that. You know, to a certain income level, be around those people where they're going to be. Find out where they hang out. You know, what side of town are they? You know, we're in Atlanta. Like, are they in Buckhead or you know, where are they? And go to those places. A big thing that I tell people to do is attend non-industry events.
Mm,
And you know, we're opening up with COVID. You know, people are having their conferences and all of that. You know, and I just give you the example. If you want to meet a doctor, you can just go online. Where are these medical conferences? There's so many different types of doctors, so many different types of conferences. Go there. You know,
mm.
something that's not in your industry. Don't actually attend the event, but stay at the host hotel.
Yeah.
And you know, during the day, go kind of do your thing or sleep or relax, make it a girls trip. It could be solo, however you want to do it. But after hours, when they're mingling in the restaurant lounge or the lobby, then you need to go
Mhm.
down
Yeah.
and you need to start mingling with them. And I say
Yes.
non-industry events because a lot of times we'll go to our industry conferences, right? And everybody kind of knows each other. And you're kind of like, oh, I don't want anybody in my business. Like I don't want to, you know, you don't want to do that. Right. And so that's why I say non-industry ones, because you know, you're a little bit more comfortable. You're not in business mode, you're not as serious. You're there to have a good time. That's when you are the party, right? Just go
Mm.
and just start talking to different people. Master the art of flirting.
All
You know,
right. All right.
we don't do that anymore. Go ahead.
Hey, Tamika, let me bring Ashley up. I wanted to come back to your points because I love this. I got some stuff to say about that. But so remind me of that last point that you just made because I got something I want to add to that. But Ashley's here. What's going on, Ashley?
Hi, how are you guys?
Good.
We
How are you?
I'm great, thank you.
all right. Welcome to the show. Welcome to the show.
Yeah.
So, Ashley, what brings you on to this show tonight?
Yeah, well, I wrote in the chat that yeah, I attract like a lot of men to me, which it sounds like a good thing, but it's actually not a good thing because I can't keep any of them.
Hmm.
Yeah, and it's really frustrating because it's like it's a pattern now, and I'm like, what is wrong with me? So yeah,
How old are you?
I'm 28.
Okay. This picture that you have up, are you on dating apps?
No,
Okay.
yeah,
This
I
is
don't
your
use dating
profile
apps.
picture. Okay.
That's from like years ago. I don't use Facebook either, so that's just really old.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay. So you're 28, and where do you meet men? Just out and about, gas stations, grocery stores, that kind of thing?
yeah,
Okay. And so you're out and about, a man asks you for your number. Tell us
yeah.
how it kind of goes. They ask you for your number, you give it to them, or do you take his? Like how does it go?
So normally I will give them my number. Like the most recent time, I was just walking in the mall and a man approached me and I gave him my number that way. But now I feel like I tell them no because I feel like I'm like scared to now because I know that it probably won't go anywhere. So it's like, yeah,
Okay.
yeah.
You give them your number. They call you usually what, that same
Yeah.
day?
Like
Oh,
usually like an hour after, immediately after, like they're very interested at first. But I would say after probably the second date, the interest is gone.
okay.
Yeah.
Do you dress provocatively? Do you dress like form fitting? From what I can see, you're a beautiful girl. I can't see, up close. You look like a beautiful girl, or young lady, should I say? I'm sorry.
Yeah.
But how are you dressing? Is just kind of like jeans and t-shirt? Like how do you dress?
I most definitely wear form fitted clothing. um, Sometimes I do dress product. I can't even say the word. Sorry, but sometimes I do
Provocative.
dress risky. Um, Lately, I've been trying to keep it minimal and choose like if I want to show my legs and keep everything else covered or choose cleavage or whatever. But I do dress risky sometimes. Yeah,
Okay. And when you go out on dates, do you dress the same way?
I'll usually pick like one thing that I want to highlight and cover the
Okay.
rest. Yeah.
What are you highlighting?
Well, it depends. It could be my legs or my cleavage.
Okay.
Yeah.
And what is conversation like when you go out on dates?
Wait,
So,
before you
mhm.
answer that, let me ask you, what kind of guys are you going out with?
um, they're always single, I guess. Like, what do you mean? Like, what kind of guys? Like, what do they do for work? Or
Sure, like what kind of, like, where do you normally meet them? Where'd you say you meet these, generally the guys that you meet?
Any and everywhere.
the mall, the gym. Those would be the
Mall,
most.
gym.
Those were the most
Okay,
recent. Yeah.
okay.
So
What's
yeah, mall.
what's usually your criteria for saying yes? Here's my number.
Attractive. Like they approach me respectfully. That's. I think they're attractive. That's pretty much it.
Okay. All
Yeah.
right. Go ahead,
The
Michelle.
the
Okay.
unattractive ones, do you not give your number to them?
Sometimes I do if they're respectful. I have most definitely before.
Okay. I'm going to give a bit of advice though, as far as the number exchanging. I
Hmm.
definitely suggest women get like Google Voice numbers or a digital number. I don't
Hmm.
really think you should give your phone number to people
Yeah.
until you actually get to know them. That's just me from in the past having stalkers, and
Hmm.
it can
Yeah, that's a
happen
good idea.
easily. So
Yeah,
get a
absolutely.
get a number that you can change easily. But yeah, so conversation. What are conversations like when you go out on dates with them?
Yeah, so I'm a very closed off person, and I think that's because like the more I date, these experiences are making me more closed off. So usually I don't really talk much at all. I try and learn as much about them, and I think that sometimes like they ask me questions, but I don't give them as much information as maybe they're used to or that they want to hear, so they may think that's a little odd. And the last guy that I met in the mall, he actually told me that he felt I was very closed off. So I know there's something wrong with my energy.
Yeah. So that would
Yeah,
definitely do it. If you're not communicating, you're not engaging,
yeah,
a man is not going to be able to emotionally connect with you. He's not going to feel comfortable just expressing, anything about him.
yeah.
Especially if he doesn't know how you feel. Like you
Hmm.
can feel like, you really feel bad or, that makes you happy. But if you're not showing it, he doesn't
Hmm.
know. And
Yeah.
so there's too many women out there who communicate well, and they're receptive to that and they talk a lot. Men actually don't like, a lot of men don't like to talk. So they,
Really?
they really don't.
I thought they didn't want us to talk.
No, they
No.
prefer us to talk. I
Oh my
was like, no, they prefer us to talk.
Yeah,
goodness.
they definitely do. So here's a little bit of advice that I can give you, at the onset, right?
Yeah.
At the point where the guy's asking you for your number, right?
Hmm.
I think sometimes, to me, the courtship begins at hello. How
Hmm.
things are going to be is how they start, right?
Hmm.
And so I personally think that women should like put up much more of a pushback in the beginning, right? Because he's trying to figure out if
Hmm.
he's the kind of guy that you're going to date. Before that guy came over to you while you're in the gym, you were on the doing the pull downs or whatever. He was checking you out, right? He's in his head and he's asking himself, is this the kind of, do I have a shot? Does she have a man?
Hmm.
Does she have a husband? What is she doing here? How do I approach her? Will she receive me? All these thoughts, right? So he comes
Yeah.
over there, and you're doing the pull down, and he says, starts kind of getting a conversation going, and getting it going from there. So when he asks you for your number, I like the idea of you just saying, um, I'm not sure, right?
What's funny? Sorry to cut you off. This guy was so good looking that I was actually intimidated by him that I did tell him I'm not sure, just because I was like, I don't, yeah, I was really intimidated by him, but it actually still backfired because I changed my mind and I approached him after. But anyways, but yeah, so maybe I should just stick with that and not go back next
I'm
time.
telling you, being vague and unsure makes him kind of off. And I don't care how good looking a guy is, right?
Yeah, yeah.
He's still a little intimidated because he still wants to be accepted by you.
Hmm.
So if he's coming up to you, he wants acceptance from you.
Yeah.
So when he comes up and he's having that conversation, hey, so I can I get your number? You should say why. What you want my number for? And you might say, well, so I can take you out. You want to take me out? Why you want to take me out? You see what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
in the beginning, it's a little bit of it's not I don't want you or I don't like you. It's
Hmm.
I'm not sure about you. So it puts him in a position of proving himself to
Hmm.
you that the reason why you should go. So it's essentially matchmaking attorney. He has to make a case for why she should give the number. So I think that creates a little bit of leverage for you, of him proving himself to you, and
Hmm.
like it continues on and on throughout your engagements. It's like so that's not to say that you should always be that coy and be that kind of standoffish, but I'm telling you, the game starts at hello, and
Sure.
the better you handle hello, the more you let him feel like you're not sure about him, that he has to do more to prove that you'll be accepting of him, the better it is for you.
Okay. I like
I
that.
actually
That
like the idea of not necessarily giving your number, but taking his number. Can I have your number? I'm sorry, I don't give
Oh,
my number
really?
out, but I'll take yours. And then that way, you can determine when you're ready to give the call, to make the call. It doesn't have to be that day. Ask him when's the best time to call you. He'll tell you. I will usually say, well, I'm busy tonight or this evening, but I can give you a call tomorrow at such and such time, and do that. That would be my
Hmm.
preference as opposed to playing cool. Why you want my number? Well, damn well why why you want the number. So that's the I'm kind of like, give me your number,
Like they'll be
and then I
honest, anyways.
and then I'll
Yeah,
call you.
look, yeah, listen, I'm telling you. So the reason I said that is that it's that push pull. It's the push pull, and it creates sexual tension. Now, when I say sexual tension, I don't mean that y'all gonna go home and get naked, but it's the push pull of, oh well, she's not easy. She's not like, this is going to be a challenge, but I like it. You see what I'm saying? So then even when you get to that point where usually the guy will like starts to drop off and think that you're not very interesting, right? You're
Hmm.
continuing in this push pull with him. It's like, oh wow, a guy actually likes a little bit of pushback from a woman, and is not just kind of sitting there waiting for something to happen and waiting for him to talk. It's like,
Yeah,
yeah, he's going to run out of things to talk about,
I
because
think he
most guys are
was.
not really conversational. Yeah.
And I
Yeah.
tell people, already have a list of questions that you want to ask a person when you go out with them. If they ask you a question, turn around and
Mhm.
ask them that same question. That's how you kind of get to know that person and see where it goes. And or just have a list of questions. And it could be like silly questions. Like I just started posting would you rather questions, like the date edition. And they're just like silly, like little questions. Like, what would you do? Would you rather have like a full tank of gas or a full battery charge? Like that way you can just it can kind of be fun. It could be light. It's not about, oh, what do you do? Where do you want to be in 5 years? Like it's not that serious, It's a little bit more playful and a little lighthearted. And so just have some questions
Yeah.
at hand, because if you're not responding back, yeah, I mean, he's not. It's not going to be engaging. You have nothing left to give him but your body, like from his perspective.
Mhm.
So you have
Yeah.
to show that you're smart, that you're intelligent, and fun.
Mhm.
Really, everyone wants to be with someone who's fun and relaxed and can have a good time.
Mhm. Absolutely.
Absolutely. Absolutely. So you got any more questions, Ashley? What else is what else can we do for you tonight to give you an edge? Because you got some good games so far.
I know, I'm taking notes. Um, Really, that's like my main issue right now. That's pretty much it. So I guess I could apply that. I don't really have anything else.
Okay.
Come
Okay.
back on
What
and let us know.
Yeah, I
yes.
will. Seriously.
Yes, good stuff. Good stuff. All right, Ashley, thank you so much for being here. We appreciate
Thank
you.
you both. Bye.
All right,
Have a good
bye-bye.
one.
All right. Good stuff. Good stuff. That was good. That was a good call. Yes, it was. So I got some folks on TikTok. I want to read this comment to you and get your opinion. Uh, my girl Keisha Washington, she said, I was told that the small percentage of guys that actually approach women are the dogs, and that's why it never worked. He's normally trying to talk to every woman. What do you think about that?
Yeah, there's some truth in that. Yeah, the reason why women have this notion that men are dogs is because it's the same ones approaching every woman. Like it just is not numbers wise. It's not possible for all the men to do the same thing. All men are not going to be dogs. So yeah, that there is some truth to that. Those are the ones who are most confident in approaching women. They're not scared of rejection, and they keep on going through women. And that's why it's important to engage in those other activities. That's why it's important to engage in hobbies so you can kind of get to know people. You know, after you've been somewhere a few times, conversation usually generally just kind of starts just because you've just seen them a few times. So, yeah, but the ones you're meeting out and about who are approaching you on the street, at the gas station, at the malls, at the stores, yeah, they're the ones that approach everyone. That's true.
Okay, Tamika Michelle, I disagree.
Okay. Why do you disagree? I
I
disagree with you
dis
disagreeing, but
I disagree. Okay, so I don't think that a guy men approaching women makes them an automatic dog,
oh no, no, no.
right?
It doesn't.
So I think that it makes them bold. It makes them. It could mean that they're confident. It could mean that they find you attractive, and then you don't even know. How do you know who else they've dated? So look, I like a guy who, if he discovers that there's a woman who he's not compatible with, move along quickly. Go on to the next one. Like why should you go home and be like, oh, you know, maybe women don't like me at all, and then you home with your hand. Like, no, you need to um move on to the next one. And like you said, it's a numbers game. So I don't think that a guy who puts his fear aside and goes up and speaks to a stranger who happens to be a female. I don't think that makes him a dog. I think that makes him a bold son of a gun, and better things will happen for him.
I just don't think that all. I don't think that most men are that bold. I think it's just a smaller percentage of men that are bold enough to go out and talk to women.
Mm-hmm.
And so, but the
Which we need to
majority.
change that. We need to change that.
I think so. But just like and I'm sure men especially they don't like approaching women when they're with other women. That's just something that they're not gonna do. Now they may try to wait until you go off to the side or something. But men don't like to approach women in groups. And so that's why it's also important for you to do things on your own. So that
Mhm.
factor is not in play. But
Yes.
yeah, I think the most bold men, they are the very confident ones, and they do know how to go through women quickly. Um, and those are the ones that meet the most women. It just is.
Yeah. Yeah. But like Keisha just said, most men aren't that bold, and that's true. Most men aren't, and that is a problem. So this is the conversation that I and other male speakers in this relationship space are talking to men, because a lot of times men don't actually know how to engage women in today's times, right? They'll just stand there and stare at you and hope that you like give them some kind of sign. They're waiting for a sign from above. It's like, dude, there's no sign. Go talk to the woman, you know? And so a lot of guys, this isn't like the 70s and the 1970s and 1980s. It seemed like back in the day, men were like, boom, boom, boom. They saw her, they were going after her. It was nothing to see a man chasing women down the street and, you know, hey, what's your number? Hanging out of cars and all that sort of thing. But that is not 2020. You know, men are more likely to back up than they are to go forward. But we need men to go forward, but go forward respectfully.
Yeah. And then also make yourself approachable as well. You know, and that may mean just looking at him, you know, from across the room, just giving a smile and a cute little wave. So he feels more confident in approaching you as
Yeah,
well.
good stuff. Good stuff. We got a couple of comments in here. Let me see. Kimye says, I've seen my dad talk to almost every girl he views attractive in his space, but to me, it doesn't seem that it's personal or have value to that conversation. Okay. So he know how to holler. He
So those are the men that you want to stay away from. That's the one that the last commenter was talking about, the one that, you know, easily approaches women, who is very confident. But there usually a lot of times isn't any substance. And they may
Mm,
find it, they may never find it. They may be looking for the next best thing, what there usually isn't. But that's the type of, unfortunately, that's your father. That's the kind of, those are the ones you kind of want to stay away from. Um, you know, if you see that, if you see those same characteristics in men that you're dealing with, if they have the same characteristic as your dad.
yeah. All right. Anybody else? Come on up. If you want to come on up and you have um if you want to come up to the stage, I dropped the link in the bio and in the chat here. So if you click the link, let me know if you want to come on up. You'll be in the background, and then I'll bring you up on the stage. Tamika Michelle. So I got a call in. I got a love love coach letter that I want to read that was sent to me. I want to get your opinion on this. Dear love coach, what does it mean when a man no longer wants to continue a relationship with you because he says his finances aren't together? He was transparent about this in the beginning. So he says he can't afford to date, but he started hanging out with her anyway and then pulled the plug on it, sounds like. What are your thoughts?
Believe him. Believe him if he says that. Believe him. And it could be his finances. Maybe it is. Maybe it isn't. He just may be just telling you up front that there's a reason that this is not going to go, but so far. And then it's up to you whether or not you want to continue or pursue that. You know, some men will say, "Oh, I just got a relationship and I'm not ready," and it really is code for this is not really going anywhere, right? They just don't want to hurt your feelings.
Hmm.
He told you that in the beginning. You know, I'm not going to be able to provide for you. I can't you know, pay for dates. You know, so in a situation like that, when you go out, who pays?
Yeah.
You pay?
Yeah.
And is that the type of relationship that you want? You know, because once
Listen,
you start that, you can't flip that.
no, you can't flip that.
It's not going to turn
Um,
around.
look, and it's a fact. Dating costs money. Like there's no getting around that. You have to have some finance if you want some romance. No romance without finance. You do the what?
What?
No romance without finance. Yes, like everything costs, right? It costs money to go out. It goes wine costs money. Parking at the restaurant costs money. The cost paying for the dinner, paying for the tip, paying for the coffee shop. Like all of it costs money, and sometimes And sometimes men, like, that's why some of the guys just say, look, just come over. just let's go to pre-date. Remember they were talking about the pre-dates. The
Mm-mm,
pre-date is just we not getting dressed up, just wear your regular clothes, come to the house, and we'll watch some Netflix and chill,
and
and
chill.
and and yeah, you know how that ends up.
Yeah. Listen,
So
at least the first 3 dates, do not go to your house or his house or a place. Do not,
yes.
under any
Yeah.
circumstances, is not a date. But also kind of depends on your age. Like, are you early 20s, mid 20s? That just may be the situation. But once you hit like 35, over 30, your finances need to be in a better place, and he needs to get there. And he's not ready. He's not ready.
True.
Saw a post the other day. It says, right person, wrong time is a real thing. If it's the wrong
Say that
time,
again.
you're, as a man, you're not financially stable. You are not likely going to take that woman as your wife.
Yeah. Right person,
Especially,
wrong
yeah,
time.
right, wrong time. That's the real thing.
Man, interesting. Just I'm just thinking about that. Right person, wrong time. Like I can see that. I've met people who met the love of their life, and the person was getting ready to go off to the military. And it was just the wrong time. I also know somebody who did that and actually got married um, after knowing the person for like 2 weeks.
Wow.
They got married, yeah. And
Wow.
and still together today, 34, 30 something years later. So it actually worked out for them, but I'm sure it was difficult. And
You
that
do
is not,
that. Back
yeah.
then, you could do that. That nowadays, there's a little bit more.
Yeah.
But
Yeah. I
yeah,
would not suggest that for anybody.
no.
But yeah, so yeah, as for this letter, I'm just uh here's what I'll tell you. I like the idea that the guy was upfront with you and just to tell you, like, I can't afford this operation, I can't afford to do this. Now, yes, there are lots of things that he can do that don't cost very much, like the walk in the park, park dates, coffee dates. There are things, but eventually you're gonna need money, and if he's not there, he's not there. Now he could be just pulling, telling you a line, and just because he's ready to move on from you. There's that. Um, this is something that women have to kind of keep in mind too. That often in these situations, men don't want to hurt your feelings. So he may come up with some cockamamie story to back out of it. And in this case, he set it up in the beginning. Said, "I told you in the beginning."
Mhm.
So if things don't go right, you can say, "See, this is the reason." Okay,
Right.
I'm getting away from you now. So that could be part of the game.
Yeah. And you can tell, by his character after dealing with him for a certain period of time. But yeah, most people don't want to hurt your feelings.
Mhm.
And they can see you as a good person, as a caring person, but not want to be with you. So yeah, so
Yes,
they tell you up front. So it's up to you how you proceed, and proceed with caution. Proceed with
absolutely.
dating other people as well.
Dating
Because
other
you
people. So,
deserve that. You deserve
so
that.
yeah. So you guys drop your questions here. While I got the date, the matchmaking attorney here. Drop your questions, and I'm gonna have Tamika Michelle. I'm gonna have you continue on with your list where we left off. Oh, I know what I wanted to say about your list.
Mhm,
So I had a client, and you were talking about be in proximity of the quality of people that you want to meet, you want to be around, right?
mhm,
I had a client that I told her, um, go to there's a pizza shop across the street from the lawyer's office, big lawyer's office in town, and all the lawyers at a certain time, 12 o'clock, 1 o'clock, all rushed out of the building and rushed into the pizza shop. I told her to get dressed, look beautiful, look attractive, and go in there and make friends.
mhm.
I'm not telling you to go husband hunting. I'm telling you to go friend finding. Okay. Go in there and find some friends. Go in there
Mhm.
and introduce yourself because people are going to see you in there. Hey, I've never seen you in here before, especially if you're attractive. and you just, hey, I just happen to be in here today, and I'm just enjoying my life. Why am I enjoying my life? Because I am the party.
Mhm.
So I just go where I go and enjoy my life because this is how I live my life. I hope y'all catching all these undertones, that you are the party, right? So you should be doing this anyway, not just to get somebody, but because you are somebody. All
Mhm.
right. So she actually did it, and had some success with it. So it actually works. I really do believe that, as grandma used to say, birds of a feather really do flock together,
Mhm.
right? And you become who you hang around.
Mhm.
So go find some better environments of quality people to be around, and you never know what might happen.
And I mean, I think that's a good idea, especially if you have, some confidence, right? But I think there's a lot of people who may be a little bit more introverted, who are a little shyer. And for
Hmm.
those people, I was talking to someone, I was doing a consult last week, and I told the young lady, she said, I like sports. Like I've been watching the finals, right? And she was like, I've been going to sports bars, but it's so uncomfortable. So I, try it one night, then I go to another one, yada, yada, yada. So I said, look, no, do this. Find a sports bar that you like, that kind of is the crowd that you like to be around. But go there like once a week or go there like twice a week. Get to know the bartender there. Get to know the hostess there or the waitress there, because the more that you come in, they'll start recognizing you. Like you may get to the bar and the bartender's like, "Hey, how you doing? Same old thing or whatever." Or, "Hey," and say your name. Now, if there's men in there, they may take heed, like, "Oh, well, they know her. She must be nice. She must be engaging." And getting to know people then. So, you may walk away to the restroom and somebody may come up to the bartender like, "Hey, who's that? Is she single?" But, make yourself available and go somewhere consistently. I tell my daughter that, while
Mm,
you're working, go to like a coffee shop or something. And the more that you go there, the more people will recognize you. And you can meet people that way. And other people know you. That brings attention to you as well.
absolutely, absolutely. All right, so I got a good comment over here, and look, the floor is still open for you guys if you want to come on in to this show and get some coaching. You're gonna get some free coaching from me and from our guest today, Tamika Michelle. So this is the time. So here's a comment from my girl, the boss, Denise Johnson. She says, newly single out of 3-year relationship. My question is, men will chase me down for my number when I find that I want to give my number to the person they don't even call. What is that about? Tamika Michelle, why do guys chase her down? She's a very beautiful woman and a very attractive woman. I can see guys chasing her down, right? They chase her down, they get her number, and then nothing. Why do you think that happens?
They're probably in a relationship. That's been my experience. When I was out there on the dating scene, I mean, it has happened several times. I'd be out, meet a guy, get my number. I'm waiting for him to call. And the next thing I know, I get a call from his wife or a call from his girlfriend. Kind of like, who were you? Where did you meet? And I was just very upfront. Oh, I met him so and so, or this place. That's been my experience personally. When men don't call, it's because there's someone else. Maybe it's on the rocks, right?
Mm-hmm.
They're in they're not sure where the relationship is going to go. They're going to keep this number just in case. They
Mm-hmm.
may call you along the line if it doesn't work out, but they may feel like something's going on and they see you. Why let this opportunity go by? My
Yeah,
my opinion is they're probably involved in another relationship. What says
yeah,
you?
yeah, yeah. Okay. I agree. I agree. And yeah, I definitely agree with that. He's got something or something's happening that is stopping him, because if he put in that much effort to get your number, then the next step is to reach out and call and have conversation, and that takes time. All right. And so if you juggling situations, like you got a wife at the house, that makes it a little more difficult to
A
to
little
call, just a
bit.
little bit, right? Now here's another thing. There are some people who are into what I call the catch and release dating. The prize is just getting your number.
Mhm.
And that's really all he really wanted. Just to be able to say that I could get her number and I got it. That's it. Or some guys that will actually go out on a date with you and, enjoy the night with you and then maybe never call you again. It's just like sport fishing. Like some people go sport fishing, they catch the fish. Hey, I got the fish. Psh, throw the fish back, and move on and catch another fish and throw the fish back. So either way, it means they're not serious. So you should also not be serious when you give the number, like, or you shouldn't have much expectation. But uh, this is also the reason why. Um, this is also the reason why some guys will try to pull back. Um, I lost my train of thought. It was a good point, but it'll come back. But yeah. So I know what I was gonna say. This happens with people who've been in a relationship a while, right? You're used to a certain amount of an expectation of truth, right? You're expecting like the person that you're in a relationship with. If you say go pick up the kids, they go pick up the kids. If you say pick up something for dinner, you don't have to wonder if they're going to pick up something for dinner. They do the thing that they're expected to do in a relationship, right? So when you're out of a relationship, you continue to expect people to do the thing that they said they was going to do, which sometimes they just don't because they're not that serious about you. So use some of these techniques that we talked about tonight, and maybe doing a bit of push pull, and tell him take his number as opposed to giving him your number, as our guest said tonight, and maybe that might help out for you.
And
What you
become
think?
better fishers. We as women need to become better fishers, right? So when we go fishing, we get one fish. We're like, oh, this looks like it's good to eat. I'm done. Done for the day. Take it home, fry it up. That's it. Men are like they're gonna get a whole bunch of fish. Which one is the biggest? Which one is the juiciest? Which one will be the most satisfying?
Mm-hmm.
But they have all these other fish to choose from, and that's what we
Yes.
need to do. We need to be better fishers. We need to get a whole bunch of them too. And say, oh, which one is the biggest? Which one will make me feel the best when I'm done eating this thing? So again, just kind of don't like Kelvin said, don't rely on one person. Don't get comfortable. Don't trust that person that person's where you don't know where they are because again, they still are dealing with other people if they're single.
Mm-hmm.
They're still meeting other people to do the same thing.
Absolutely. She said, love this. Good stuff. Thank you so much. She appreciates that. Cece on the TikTok side, she said this you should call it loser fishing. All right, so she's got a question for Tamika. Tamika Michelle, question for Tamika. Her opinion on dating apps. What is your opinion of dating apps?
I think dating apps are good. One third of all relationships are started from meeting someone online. So there's a good number of people that do meet people online. I met my husband online years and years and years ago. But that's just the way of the times. I think there's certain apps that are better or worse for Black women. The big
Mm,
ones, Hinge and Bumble, in my experience, for what I know, Black women don't do well on those apps.
mm,
And so you should find ones that are a little bit more tailored to you. And that's something we can talk about later. But I think it's a good place to start, right? And I tell women to do it consistently. Some people say get online every day and check your messages or whatever. I don't subscribe every day because I think that's too much work. I'm not
mm,
trying to check a dating app every day to see who contacts me. No, do it once a week. Sunday nights are the most popular times for people to be on dating apps. So be on there on Sunday nights because that's when people have had bad dates. That's when things have gone wrong. And they're like, this weekend just was not great. I just need to meet somebody. Get on there Sunday evenings. And like I said before, like send messages to 20, 25 people a week and see, what happens throughout the week. You don't have to check on there every day, but do that. Do it again the next Sunday or whatever day you pick. And that way you can get a good number of men that you're going out with and
yeah.
seeing how it goes.
Yeah.
Most of them are not gonna make it. That's just the way that it is. Most of them are not. That's why it's a numbers game. You got to do it. You've got to be consistent. You have to be in. Like I tell people, you got to be intentional about it.
Yes, absolutely. So the advice I'll give is, let's say you meet somebody and it seems like this is going to be something, right? I suggest, I don't like people spending a lot of times chatting back and forth, waiting a long time before you go see somebody. I heard somebody give advice and told the person like it should be a couple months before y'all meet in person. And I totally agree. I totally disagree with that. Right. I like the idea of if you get a good vibe from from the messaging, tell them let's schedule a video chat. Right. Let's get on video chat a day or two after we feel like this is a good connection, so you can actually have a first face to face visual of who you talking to. Okay, if that goes well, schedule a date by the first weekend or the first time during that week you can. During that week, right? Because you have to figure out how do I eliminate these people as quickly as possible. Okay, and you eliminate them by experience. So if you need to eliminate them, you didn't spend 3 months chatting back and forth with somebody who does not meet the criteria of from the list that we talked about, and they just don't cut they don't cut the mustard. So you haven't wasted your time, you haven't wasted their time. Don't waste time. Get to it quickly. If you feel it, you feel like the connection is there, hop on video chat. If it's good after that, when can we meet and meet in person quickly, so that you can either say yes, this is good, or no, thank you for your time. It was great meeting you. Have a nice life.
Yeah. Absolutely. Yeah. There's no reason to be on there for an extended period of time. Take it offline as soon as you can. So yeah, and video, chatting is great for that because again, you didn't spend all this time getting dressed and all that. You dressed from the waist up, and that's all you've done. You didn't worry about your shoes or anything else. And it can be quick. And then you can decide after that whether, if you're gonna go out. But I
Yes.
would say definitely after that initial video call, video chat, within the
Hmm.
next week, you all should be going out. Barring someone being out of town or something else happening, you should be going out with them somewhere.
All right, good stuff. My girl LV, uh, this is her channel here. She says, my BS meter is very sensitive, so if I see any inconsistencies, I withdraw. Would you say I'm being too hasty, or is that the proper thing to do? What you think?
It depends on what it is. Overall, I would say a lot of times women we could be too hasty when we're like, I just don't want to waste any time, just want to get to it. Um, Yeah, I mean, I don't know what kind of inconsistencies you're talking about. Inconsistencies meaning you're not giving me enough time or we're not going out enough. That's one thing. If you just first met, there's not maybe not there won't be a lot of that.
Yeah.
But I
Oh,
think I think we can be too hasty. I think we just kind of want to rush it, see where it goes, but give it time.
I got an inconsistency for you, and you tell me if this is an inconsistency that uh, warrants pullback.
Hmm.
A guy says, "I'm going to call you at 10 o'clock," and he doesn't call.
Hmm. For me, that's an
Yes.
issue. But here's what you do. Because I used to be hardcore about that. I'll tell you, back in the day, if you say you're
Okay.
calling at 6, you called at 6:45, 6:43. We weren't going after that because my thing was if you can't do the little things, you damn sure can't do the big things, right?
Hmm.
But then I found out I wasn't getting, I wasn't going as many dates, right? Because that seemed to be really common. So what you do now is if a person does it, they didn't call you at 10, they don't call you at 10, they call you later. You answer the call, look, and you tell them, look, I'm an upfront person, I'm really, a stickler for time or what have you. Just something light, but I'd appreciate it. And if you're gonna call, no, it's cool. If you can't call me at 10, that's fine. Just let me know you can't call me. But don't not call me on time without a reason. But let them know your concerns, right? Because
Hmm.
I've had to do that when I, was dating a little bit older. Someone did that, and I was like, hey, if you have something to do, let me know. But I kind of take it personal. I take it as if you don't want to talk to me if you don't call at a certain time.
Hmm.
And he, was kind of like duly noted. And so he didn't do it again after that. But you have to kind of let them know, but don't be harsh about it. There's certain ways to say it, but bring it up. That's something that people do um, often. And I don't know if it's intentional or not. The way some people
Mm. Okay. Okay. Good. Good answer. So that's good. I think that sometimes people can be too sensitive. Give people a break. Give people space for grace. Now you do have to be kind of a detective on these inconsistencies. Hold on one quick second. Makita, go ahead and give us a call. Come on into the show. You got to use the link that I sent you to get into the show. So if you're ready to come on in, come on in. So yeah, you gotta watch sometimes with the inconsistencies because that really often tells you who the person is. Not every little light thing, but yes, I like the idea of giving people warnings. Tell people how you roll. Some people think that it's not a big deal if I don't call you at 10 o'clock. If I call you in the morning and give you the good, hello, beautiful.
Oh, listen. Do we want to go there?
I give you the hello, beautiful, and and maybe that'll suffice things. And but you got to tell them, hey, wait a minute. If you're not gonna call me at 10 o'clock at night, it's okay, but you just have to let me know. Send me a text and let me know that we'll talk tomorrow, and that's totally fine. You
Mhm.
know, so
Yeah, just like, I have a crazy schedule. So, if you say you're going to call at 10, I usually reserve that time, so I can talk to you uninterrupted. So if you're not,
mhm.
then I need to know, just something that, look, that's what my schedule is. I make time for you. So just be able to respect that time.
Yes, yes, yes. Nicole Jones, what's going on? Thank you so much for the roses. That's my girl. She's from around the corner. She in Stone Mountain too.
Okay.
All
Wow.
right. Let me see. Yes, we got they talking about it, right? Inconsistency is a red flag. Yes, communication. Yes. So this says a lot. But Makita is here. She's one of our folks. She wanted to talk to the matchmaking attorney tonight. She wanted to talk to the love coach, and so we're going to bring her up.
Hi, good morning.
Hey, Nikita.
Hi.
She said, "Good morning. What time is it for you?"
You.
Oh, it's after 3 now, 3:58 a.m. in the UK.
Oh, wow.
Okay, she's in the
Well,
UK. We international out in here. Out here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
nice.
Hi.
So, talk to me. What brings you to the show? Well, what can we do for you?
I've been watching you for a while, and I wanted to come on and say what I'm looking for, and hopefully I'll find somebody that I like
Okay.
for the
All
future.
right. All right. Just an FYI, if I was coming on a dating show, I would have arranged myself
I'm
just in
sorry, I
case
just woke
Mr.
up.
Mr. Man was going to be checking for me tonight.
I'm
I would
so
just, but go ahead. It's
I
all right.
literally
But
just
you
woke
know
up.
what? If you were with a matchmaker, you'd have all those photos together and you'd be well presented. We have all that taken care of.
Yes. I
Yes.
literally flew
That's an
out of
option
bed.
too.
I put my alarm on for 10 past 1 UK time, and I've literally just woke up. So I didn't have time to do anything. I literally had to just freshen up my face, get some
It's
my hair
all good. You're here. I'm glad you're here. All right, so
my
fire
done.
away. Tell me. Let me get a couple of the vitals from you. How old are you?
39 years old.
39.
Mhm.
You have kids?
Yes, I have 4 children.
4 children.
Mhm.
Well, what are their ages?
14, 13, 11, and 9.
Okay. Have you been married?
Yes, I have.
Okay. How
Once.
how long were you married?
6 years.
6 years. Okay.
Yeah.
And you've been. How long have it been since you've been in a relationship?
Well, my youngest is 9, and I got divorced 9 years ago. I have seen people off and on, but not like a long term relationship. Just being on dates, but I wouldn't call them a relationship.
Okay. Okay. Um, what do you do for a living?
Um, I work in a disability school part time, in an
Okay.
autistic school.
Okay. Good. Good. Good.
Mhm.
All right. What? Tamika Michelle, you want to jump in? You want to take over?
So I'm a realist. I
Mhm.
think that it'll be challenging to find a mate, because a lot of men that I would think that you're targeting as far as age,
Mhm.
40 and up, a lot of them either already had their kids, kids are grown, they're a little
Mhm.
bit older, and they like a little bit more flexibility. Around 40, 45, men are looking for a little bit more flexibility,
Mhm.
someone kind of up and go. And they're not
Okay.
going to be able to do that if you have four children. I
Mhm.
think I don't think that it's impossible.
Mhm.
I think it's a matter of meeting someone who probably has a good number, or I want to say good number, like a few kids as well, like two kids, three kids, four kids,
Yeah.
so you can kind of mesh your families together.
Mhm.
Um, and I don't know, the type of men that you're meeting. I don't know if they have kids and that kind of thing. Because the reality is, if a man is coming into your life, he is going to have to be responsible. The expectation is that he's going to be responsible to care and guide for your children as well, and that's a huge responsibility.
Yeah.
So definitely, work on you. Um, you know, the thing that I do, what I think is great about the matchmaking component of it, is that I get feedback, right, from
Mhm.
all the dates. So we know, well, what is it that that you liked, what you didn't like, and getting that back. And so that would be great to have.
Mhm.
But yeah, just kind of doing again the things that you enjoy doing.
Mhm.
Don't forcing it, doing those hobbies,
Mhm.
volunteering. That is great, right?
Yeah.
So that someone can kind of get to know the person that you are, or a church. I know churches are usually hard, but it will be a little bit more difficult, if I'm just going to be honest, because you do have four kids, and that's going to be his responsibility.
Yeah.
And
Yeah. I understand. Yeah.
yeah, and
Yeah.
so if he's struggling with his children, raising them, um, it's maybe a little bit more difficult. So your youngest is 9.
Yeah.
Um, you have a few more years before they're older. You have two or almost 18. Really focus on you and being the best version of yourself.
So, tell me, what kind of man are you looking for? If it and listen, what Tamika Michelle just said was great advice. But the question I'm asking you is, like, if you can have whatever it is that you wanted, describe the man that you're interested in.
Well, I'm quite open, so I don't mind a polygamous relationship. As Tamika was saying, I have four children. I've got to be realistic. I don't mind a polygamous relationship, as long as everybody knows about me. The other wife, the whole family is on board as well. Um, I'm looking for a man of means and a man of substance. On top of that, somebody God fearing, somebody with good morals and character, somebody who would be like a father figure to my children, because I don't really have one at the moment. I'm living in the UK, so I don't mind living abroad if it was to come up. Um, just somebody that could help me guide my children in life, basically.
Hmm.
That's
Hmm.
what I'm looking for.
So the fathers are, is it from all the same father?
Yes, yes.
Okay. Is he involved at all?
Not really, no.
No,
No.
not really. Okay. Okay. So here's my thought. and and no, I'm not gonna let that polygamy statement slide. Yeah. I'm, that's not gonna get past me.
Okay.
But I think that okay, so I believe that first of all, I believe that all things are possible, right? I
Mhm.
actually know a guy who married a lady who had 5 kids, and he had one from somewhere else, and
Mhm.
he knew what he was getting into.
Mhm.
All the kids were like around the same age as your kids, and it was challenging for him. Like, people were asking him, "Are you sure you want to do this? You sure? Are you sure?" and he fell for the lady. Like the lady was an amazing woman who he just wanted her. And he was like, look, it doesn't matter. All the kids, I can deal with the kids, but she is a winner and I want her on my team. So he married her. And it was a challenge for him. It was a challenge for him. They stayed together. I want to say maybe like 4 or 5 years, maybe 4 or 5 years. And I found out that, it just didn't work. He couldn't swing it. It became too much for him, so now I think that something like that is going to require counseling, right?
Oh,
It's going to,
definitely. I
yeah,
wouldn't
yeah,
just
it's
marry
going,
somebody like that.
right, right.
Yeah.
I believe it's going to require premarital counseling and postmarital counseling, like a continual thing, because things change, things shift, people feel differently. And even in his situation, I think if he had have gotten in front of a therapist or that counselor, the love coach, somebody who could help him and guide him and help them get on the same page, they would have been able to make it. Because the thing that the glue that was in the beginning was also it was still there. It was just all the other kind of issues that pulled them apart,
Yeah.
so it actually these things do actually happen, you know so I want to give you some hope that it does happen. So let's get back to this polygamy situation.
Yeah, I'm a Muslim person, so obviously it's part of my religion and my culture.
You said
So
you're a what?
I'm Muslim, so it's part
Muslim.
of,
Okay,
yeah, so
got
it's
you.
part of my religion and culture to practice it. I don't mind practicing it, but I have met men before in the past that say, yes, yes, my wife is okay about it, and their wives don't know about me. So I want men to be upfront from the beginning that, they have spoken to their wives, they do know about it. When it's time for them to introduce me, there's not a problem. Because a lot of men, they have a problem with introducing people to their wives and their extended family as well. If they're not prepared
Mm,
to do that, I'm not interested.
yeah, yeah.
And to
Let me
also
let
give me
me
my rights as well as a woman and as a wife.
Okay.
Okay.
Let me
I,
hold that thought to me, Michelle. Let me put these comments up, and then I'll let you ride. Uh, my girl Shantae, she said she should focus on raising her kids. The right man will come along.
Yeah, that's what I
Maybe
am doing. I'm not, not focused on my children. Of course, I'm focused on them. But,
right.
I'm a person, I'm an individual. I've got needs and feelings too. Where do I spend my time to focus on myself? I've been single
Hmm.
for 9 years. I have feelings like everybody else. So,
Yes.
when people say things like that, I feel like they try and discriminate me. Like, you've got your children. Yes, I know that. But I'm
Yeah.
also an
Yeah. Yeah.
individual and I need somebody too. I need help raising my children. It's not that easy being a single parent with 3 sons and one daughter to raise sons by myself. It's very
Hmm.
difficult. It's very challenging.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Tamika Michelle.
yeah. So in a situation like that, I feel like your focus should be finding the mentors for your children, which is at this point going to be outside of a relationship. And so I don't know where you find that. I don't know if you find that again at the mosque or, again, wherever out in the community. I don't know, how involved your kids are in sports, but, finding male figures for your sons in that capacity. And then if you're still dating on the side, because dating, however it works in your culture, in your religion, the polygamy, that still is going to take time, right? But in the interim, because it sounds like a big part of it is you said you want someone to help you raise your children. I don't know if they're going to raise your children, but they definitely can have some positive male role models in your life, and so you focus on that and continue dating who you're dating for you. Um, and then again, when the kids get a little bit older, you can kind of look more at marriage with someone else. I don't know in the polygamy realm, are men just there for you to help provide for you, or are they actually expected to help with the kids as well? Because that seems like a lot. You have a wife and other women and other kids. Like, are they expected to help raise your children as well?
Yeah, they are. They help. Obviously, they could be the stepfather. They're there to help guide the children as well as the wife as well. So, yeah,
Mhm.
they are.
Yeah,
Okay.
most men, a lot of guys who want polygamous, polyamory, they're into polyamory,
Mm,
having more than one woman. They are happy to do that, right? Until they realize what it really costs, right? In order for these things to be successful, whatever measure of you call success, um, it requires a lot of conversation. It requires a lot of kind of for everybody to really get what they need. Now, of course, you can just run it and have people feeling all kinds of ways and have the women fighting and
mm,
all of that sort of thing. You playing referee. I know a guy. That's what he told me. He's a younger guy. He said I got two women and we're polyamorous, but he said I play referee half the time. Like I'm always in the middle, having to break up arguments and conflict, and if it's not them, it's the children. It's he's like this is not the dream that I saw in the movie. Y'all know the movies
mm.
I'm talking about.
I missed that movie.
Yeah, yeah. It's the movie
Yeah, I
that
know
goes
it
wow
can be
chicka
like
wow
that.
wow, wow chicka wow wow.
Yeah.
Like it looked good on the movie, on the script. But in reality, most men can't manage the situation because it calls for a lot. Look, also he said I'm a young guy, but they wear me out. He's like these I gotta manage these women's emotions and their sexual desire at the same time.
Mm,
And I hang in there, but he's like, I don't know. When I turn 30 or 35 and 40, I don't know if I'll be able to handle all of this, and then
mm.
having their desire increasing as they get older, and which happens with a lot of women, so a lot of guys have a fantasy about what it means to be in polyamory, but reality is much different.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
it can still be done. I know people,
Anything can be done.
yeah,
Absolutely.
successful marriages like that.
Yeah. Good stuff. Let's see. We got a couple comments. Shantae said, I feel poly relationships is not healthy for kids. Interesting perspective. All right.
I mean, that's part of our culture. So I'm not going to speak too much about it because that's not my realm, right?
Mm-hmm.
So that may be, what's norm in other societies, religions, and it just may be perfectly fine. That's just not what we accept here, and so we can't wrap our heads around it. That's why I'm not going to speak too much on it because
Mm-hmm.
that's not my specialty, right? So it's fine, and that's something that you're used to. Maybe it just may be normal for
Yeah.
kids. Like all their friends are in the same situation, their cousins, like it's normal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Depends on the culture. So let's give her a couple of thoughts. Before we do, Makita, tell me, where do you normally meet men that you end up dating?
Through friends, online, like Tinder. Um, I've been very successful with Tinder. I've come off Tinder and other dating apps, but usually through friends, word of mouth.
Okay. Okay. So normally through friends. How'd you end up on Tinder?
A friend of mine was telling me to get on there. So I went on and I met a few people.
You
So
met a few people.
you've been swiping right a lot, huh? Okay.
You know, Makita, you ain't as innocent as you look. I'm just saying.
I
You ain't as innocent as you look.
am. I
Makita is swiping. She's swiping right a lot.
Yeah. And,
I
and,
have
Up
been
at
and,
to
go,
one
for
a.m.
ages though.
and going out on these Tinder dates.
No, I
Okay.
haven't really. I've just been talking to people. I haven't really been going out with people on Tinder.
Okay.
Because when it comes to
Okay.
going out, people got no money. But people are bragging they've got this, they've got that, but
Yeah.
they haven't got anything really.
Okay. Okay. So normally through friends. Okay.
Mhm.
Tamika Michelle, let's give her some thoughts as to how she should move from here, and then we're gonna let Makita go for the night.
Oh, you know what I say. I know several matchmakers in the UK.
Oh, do you? Okay.
I
I
do.
do.
I just met a couple a few weeks ago.
Mm-hmm.
But I
So
was more looking to come to America actually. Come up to the UK.
say that again.
I was more looking to migrate to America actually. not really stay in
Oh,
the UK.
okay. If you
Yes.
want to come to the States, yeah, I
Mm.
don't know about these men, wanting to take care of a lot of
Yeah.
kids. That's just truth. I
Okay.
wouldn't look into that because men here, they're stingy with their money. So,
Okay.
and if your eyes went big, yes, they are.
Tight, tight,
Calvin, no.
tight. You got you.
Um, but
got
I think that, and I don't know, I'm not giving, specific advice, but to move to a place where, again, you're looking for, where polygamy is well accepted and is the norm.
Mm.
Um, because that's not the norm here.
Yeah, I
Um,
understand. It's a Christian country.
yeah.
yeah.
Mm.
So yeah, I
Well,
don't know.
let me tell you a couple things that I think might be helpful. So if you're getting your advice from some of your friends,
Mm.
maybe they should know what you're specifically looking for, right? So maybe you need to rewind. I know you were asleep, but maybe you got to go back to the beginning of this very video,
Mhm.
right? Because I gave out 5 ways to date to find your mate, and a lot of that applies to you,
Mhm.
especially starting in the beginning, talking about getting down to the specifics of who you are, right? Not just what you offer, but like who are you and what is going to bring you satisfaction and bring you love of self, and letting that love radiate out and onto other people. So sometimes it's not all about the other person, right? It's really
Mhm.
about you, and then you do attract a quality of person into
Mhm.
your life. So I think that's where we start.
Mhm.
And as you're talking to your friends are the kind of the matchmaker. uh, I actually like for you to get a real matchmaker, because
Mhm.
you have a real specific kind of situation, right? I don't think the guy that you're going to meet is you'll run into him at Walmart. Y'all got Walmart, right?
No, no, we have shopping centres over here.
Shopping center. At
Yeah.
the shopping center, I don't think you're just going to walk into this guy at the
Mm.
shopping center. Okay, necessarily. I always say that if you got just a regular cold, you can just go to CVS or go to a pharmacy and get something off the shelf. But if
Mm.
you got pneumonia and it's on the inside, you need a specialist. Okay,
Mm.
you got to go to the doctor to get antibiotics. You can't even get antibiotics over the shelf on the shelf. You got to go and get the examination
Mm.
and
Right.
then get the prescription. You
Mhm.
understand? And so I think in our time you can have whatever you want. We get it. We get
Mm.
whatever we want. If I'm hung right now, I can pick up my phone and swipe here, push these numbers here, and food will be at my door in 20 minutes. Like
Mm.
we can spend our money on whatever it is we want. Why not spend your money on, to me, one of the most important investments that you can make,
Mm.
and that is mate selection,
Mm.
MATE selection,
Okay.
and having assistance in mate selection, because that's what
Mm.
you need.
Mm. Okay.
How's that sound?
Yeah, sounds good. I mean, I'm open-minded. I'm not just looking in polygamous relationships. I don't mind somebody who's divorced, like myself, with children.
Yeah,
Somebody who's a widow, somebody like that.
yeah.
No, not
That
all my
that's
eggs in
the
one
guy
basket.
that's the guy that's most likely going to be a good candidate for you. A guy that's been who's divorced,
Mm.
who has kids already. He's been a father, been a husband
Mm.
before, and
Mm.
because you don't need somebody that's starting from scratch.
No, 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 no.
Like you need somebody who know how to run already. He can just run and
Yeah.
jump on the train
Mhm.
and then drive the train and
Yeah.
help you to get somewhere. So
Yeah, he's out there. It just may take a little time.
Yeah.
yeah, yes. But when you're out and about, look as fabulous as you can. Men fall in love with their eyes first.
Mm.
So he's going to see you when you go to the shopping center. Hopefully you
Yes.
don't have that thing in your head right that you got right there.
I'll be
You
more
get
dressed up.
dressed, you look good, and you
Mm.
smile. You got a beautiful smile, and you
Mhm.
use all of that, and you'll attract an amazing man who wants
And when
you.
you start dating someone, make sure you maintain that, and make sure you smell good.
Yeah.
Whenever you see him, even you've had a long day with the kids, and if he's coming over, get dressed, smell good, do your hair,
Mm.
and keep it
Yes.
continuous.
Yes.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right,
Mm.
Makita. Well,
Okay.
thank you so much for coming through.
Thank you.
Yes.
I wish you the
But
best.
wait a minute. If somebody wants to connect with you, if there's a man in the UK or some friends or somebody wants to reach out to you, what's the best way for them to reach you?
By email. My email address is princessopulence.
All right now.
Yes, 5-star at gmail.com.
F- Princess Opulence 5 star. Is it spelled out FIVE or the
No,
number?
just number 5
Number
star
five
at,
star at
yes,
gmail.com.
yes.
All right now. All right, sugar.
All
But
right.
opulence is spelled OPULANCE.
All
Okay.
right.
Because it can be spelled with 2 E's, but put ANC instead.
Okay.
Got you. Got you. All right, Makita, thank you so much for having it for coming on, and we'll see you next time.
Yeah, bye
Good luck.
bye. Bye.
All
Bye.
right. All right. All right. Well, great job. Uh, let the folks know what how they can connect with you, how they can get on your list, how they can get an appointment, whatever it is that they want. Let the folks know what's going on, Tamika Michelle.
Okay, you can just go to the website that's up right now, thematchmakingattorney.com. I do information sessions with people. It's about a 15-minute session, and we just kind of talk about the process, prices, and prospects, how we get you closer to your match and compatible partners. After that, you can also go to the website, join our database. We're always taking database members. We have single men who are looking for good women. Go on there and join as a man or join as a woman. So that's the best way to get in contact with me. Just going to the website and scheduling a session.
Absolutely. Great, great, great stuff. And you guys know you can reach out to me at Love Coach Atlanta. I'm a Love Coach Atlanta everywhere. What's your tags? What's your tags? Did you? I didn't think
Okay,
you mentioned that.
Instagram is at the Matchmaking Attorney, and Facebook is Tamika Michelle, and Twitter is Matchmaking ESQ. But it's put in Tamika Michelle, you should be able to find me. You just do a search for Tamika Michelle, you'll find me. Matchmaking attorney, everything will pull up.
Nice,
So
nice, nice, nice. Yeah, you guys reach out to me if you want to do a one-on-one coaching session. I will do that with you. Shoot me an email at Love Coach Atlanta. Where's my banner? Where is my banner? Over here we go. Here we go. Eh, eh, where'd it go? Where'd it go? I don't have a banner. Where's my banner? Oh well, banner's not there. All right. So yeah, reach out to me, lovecoachatlanta at gmail.com. We can book you a session. We can make it happen. You have done this yourself all this time. Now it's time for some reinforcements. If
yeah.
you could do it all yourself, you would have done it all by now. So now it's time to get what you need. So reach out, let's connect. I got some programs and products that'll be in the bio down below. So you can get up on that if that's what you want. Italiana from TikTok, she said, "What is matchmaking attorney?" Well, go to thematchmakingattorney.com and all the information about her will be there.
Yeah.
All right. All right, folks. Well, thank y'all so much for being here. Appreciate the love. Appreciate you guys coming through. And we'll be back next week. I've got next week. I'm bringing a sex therapist through next week. It's going to get hot in here. Next week is going to be a good time. So you guys be sure to hit that like button. Hit the like button before you get out of here. Share this video. We want to take this movement out here and make it just an amazing impact everywhere. So thank y'all so much for being here. Until next time, peace and love. See y'all next
Absolutely.
time.
Bye.
Bye.